Fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Hey guys, welcome to the first video on the channel, well, long form video of the channel. This is Stanley Parable. It's a fun game, it's really goofy, so I hope you guys enjoy it. This is only part 1. I might be making a part 2, it depends on how the video performs. And hope you guys actually like the gameplay. If you guys got any notes, any feedback, tell me of course. This is the only game I'll be playing obviously on the channel. I'll be playing some multiplayer games. I'm planning on a grounded video soon, and maybe some Phasmophobia. Definitely some Phasmophobia. Who doesn't love Phasmophobia? So, hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
What a beginning.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Ooh.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions.
That is quite peculiar.
Or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked,
He's obviously not an
frozen
introvert.
solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, so I'm Stanley. Close that door.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Could you shut up?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he
Okay.
had simply missed a memo.
Oh, I hate that. I love
No
that.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Alright. I'm pretty sure the whole thing about the game is that you have choices. So, and I'm pretty sure there's alternate endings. So, I'm gonna try to see how much I could do in this video. I'm gonna try not to make it too long. That is weird.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright. I might just listen to him for this one. And see where that leads me.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Not cost efficient. Oh, why don't you just fill up the whole thing? What's the point of this? Oh, that's annoying. Using slides to short. Yeah, okay. This is why I don't want to work a 9 to 5. What's in the...
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
Oh, my bad.
So he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm guessing the other choice is I could walk downstairs. I'm just gonna listen to it for this run. See where it leads me. Do I walk through this? Oh, I can't take a poo! Hey, this game's getting a 0 out of 10 on Steam. I'm not even playing it on Steam, but it is. I like that little typing
Stepping
sound.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
How do you know
and so
that?
the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845.
Alright.
But of
What?
course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Then how'd you... What? I don't trust that guy. 2, 8, 4, 5.
Stanley, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Really?
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh. Oh, this is weird. Feels like a film set or something. Where is that? Where do I have to go? Okay, down there. That looks like a hole, but okay, it's not a hole. I love this loading screen.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Ah, free will.
This now, when for years it had never occurred to him.
You're telling me he's
This
never had free will.
question would not go unanswered for long.
What the fuck? Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Huh. I would love to walk down here. That big sign saying mind control doesn't really calm my senses. Okay, I'm just going to listen to him for this. What's this? What does that say? Oh, I can't tell. Alright, I'm just press big button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
God.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I'm him. Alright, what? Oh.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Fired?
Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Wait, what number was I again?
Co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
does it show
one of them,
the numbers again?
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
That's me. 427. So I'm guessing I lack free will. Great. What a great start to the game. I'm guessing I have free will now. But why? Questions need to be answered.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable.
Really getting annoying.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
What?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I would? Okay, I'm guessing this is the end of the first one. That's really quick. I don't think it should be. Off or on? What do I do? I think I should put off since I've been following his orders the whole time. Danger. Electric. Okay, I thought it would be something actually funny or not. Okay, off or on? Oh god. Whoa. Music is amping up. Or whatever you call it. That's music.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's
that
command.
crap's bright.
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Okay,
Where
so
had his
this is the
co-workers
first end.
gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building
Oh, the
hold?
game's literally making
But
me touch
as
grass.
sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
What?
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
No, it does
Perhaps
matter
his
to me.
goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
Wait, that looks like the UK.
Whatever
I don't want to
life
go.
he lives, it will
No!
be his. And
Oh,
that was
don't tell
all
me this is in
he
the
needed to
UK.
know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
What?
Stanley stepped through the open door.
Grass. Wait.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Huh.
And
Okay.
Stanley was happy.
I don't like this narrator. Okay, yeah, just got a trophy. Beat the game. Okay, so that's the first ending. And it starts again. Okay, this time I'm gonna do. I'm
All
gonna
of his
ignore
co-workers
everything
were
he
gone.
says.
What could it mean? Stanley
Oh, I
decided
was
to
gonna
go
say
to
it's
the meeting
every
room. Perhaps
time.
he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. Coming to go left, didn't he?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm going right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yep.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Nope.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Nope.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
crazy.
5 years ago.
Do you not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion? Will cause death. Why do I get a penalty for dying? There should be, you know,
Look,
like
Stanley,
fences
I
or
think
something.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Wait, why is he talking to
I'm
me?
not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Doesn't sound
I realize
convincing.
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is
Jump.
but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
That's not a very nice thing to
Good
say.
job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
No. 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 Okay, so don't
All of
plunge
his
my death.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, right again. I'm gonna see where
When
the
Stanley
lift takes
came
me.
to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room.
No.
What a gorgeous. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following
I've got to
directions,
hear this
it's
twice.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There's no reason to slander.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
It's not very
I
convincing
realize that
voice.
investing your trust in someone else
Wait,
can
there's
be
a door.
difficult, but the fact is that the story has
Maybe I
been
jumped too
about
early.
nothing but you all this time.
Hold up,
There's someone
hold up.
you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Jump!
What? Really?
Yeah, okay,
I was in
that's
the
it.
middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you
Not
that
you.
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me
No
prove that
buckets.
I'm on your side. Give me
I
a
want to find a
chance.
bucket. Tell me there's a bucket.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
But did I?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to
Yes.
find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map.
Oh,
Because
wait,
you
what?
were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Ew.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where
What if
we
I
were
just
before.
don't listen to you?
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
You only
Would
had
you say
one
that the
door.
game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical
Wait.
feedback here.
Okay, more choices. Okay, I'll give you
Oh,
3.
of course. A 3.
It was
Really?
mediocre.
Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion.
Oh, great.
Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your
Oh,
surroundings.
wow,
Does that
wow,
sound
wow.
good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
I think you're
Let's
glazing
take a
yourself.
look.
You added a leaderboard. Great. Wait, hold up. Let me. Is it actually gonna show my friends? Good old Neil. Skid. What? Oh, it was gonna show me. Only the worst. Oh, great. How long does it take me to get through the correct door? It's not been 7 hours. Oh, okay, crazy. I don't want to listen to you.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me
Oh,
boot it up.
okay. What? No, what?
In this game, the
Oh
baby
my
crawls
God.
left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
It's more like a
I
baby
think the
going
art
into
world
fire.
will really take notice. But
Art
of course,
world.
the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
Oh.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be
I'm not-
sure to keep notes on your experience.
I'm just gonna let the baby. Oh no. Why is the sound effects? No. No. No.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
The latter.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to
Oh.
do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
Thank you.
It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
It wasn't, though,
Oh,
was it?
hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
That'll be
Let's
better.
see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay. I'm not gonna get over that loading screen. Is this Firewatch?
Aha! Fascinating. What do you
Oh my
think this
god, this
game
is
is about,
Firewatch.
Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation?
I haven't played this game yet. I
Well,
should.
it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up
Oh,
high in your
really?
great tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Erotic purpose is
Yes,
crazy.
that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience
It
of
is
total
Firewatch.
mental depravity. So
Exact
far,
same
I love
picture.
everything about this game, Stanley.
I've
And
watched
it
people
seems
play this
there's even
game.
more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Oh, why was it the Minecraft door opening effect? Sound effects, I mean. Don't ask what I played. Press that. This is exactly Firewatch, yeah.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What a collab. What's wrong now?
It is. It's an open world game. Good
Oh,
God, quickly
oh,
block it off.
good grief. Oh no. Oh, really? Action. Bro.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
Why did his
Let's
deep
find
voice go
another
like that?
game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Okay.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Rocket League, what?
Wonderful. See,
Oh
this
my
is
God,
exactly
this is the
what
actual-
I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you
Can I
could
go
get lost here. Now this
That's how I
is
crouch.
game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Is there gonna be a war or something?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here?
This is really cool.
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Sports
Stanley,
ball?
I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We
Oh.
shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay,
A
Stanley,
touchdown.
here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh, I can run faster now. Oh, I got in. Great. Wait a minute. Is there something?
Are you... Hold on. What are you doing?
Whoa.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
Good.
How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Slow down again. Oh, why do I kind of miss him now? What is this? I was about to say, is it some kind of loop? Okay. 47. Oh, okay, that's my office. Oh, it's got an upgrade. Great. What am I supposed to do? Oh, he really meant it when I couldn't write a story without him. What twat. Oh. My bad. I didn't mean
I
to.
wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if
Yeah, I
he's
am.
learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Maybe.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
You sound
Oh,
like a game
yes.
developer.
Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after
William
it all
Afton?
comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Whoa.
I can wait.
Can you? I can't. It's getting boring. I'm just it's black screen. Oh, my bad. Oh, what was that? That can't have been an ending. No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
If this is another ending, I'm just gonna. Wait, what?
When
Was that the end
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'm follow some of his instructions, and then the next one I see, I'm gonna disobey. Been here already.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
1, 2,
and in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Wait, it's looping.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Why is he gaslighting me?
He yelled. This is all a dream.
I'm being gaslit.
What relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Whoa.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much
it's like a
fun,
fever dream.
and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head
God, he's become
everything that
self-aware.
I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
I think I might go crazy after another loop.
And
Oh
when
my
he thought
god.
it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now
So
as he's
weird.
ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Did I?
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a
voice
part of
did it.
himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
So nice.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
No, I
Let
smell
me
dry
wake
paint.
up, he thought to himself.
Wet paint, I
I'm
mean.
through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
Why would you want that?
I want my apartment, and my wife,
Okay.
and my job.
We're
all
married?
I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
That's not very comforting, I can't lie.
I am okay.
Are you talking to yourself? Nope, that's bricks. And I'm back here. Great.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me
Ah!
up. My name is Stanley.
That's loud.
I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone
What's going
hear my
on?
voice? Who am I? Who am
What's
I?
going on?
And everything went black.
What? Did I just die?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hi, Mariella. I'm a woman now.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her
Oh, I
place of
died on
work.
the street.
On a particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
What the hell?
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
I think I'm being gaslit again.
I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Oh, so she just
She
left
had no
me.
time for this, so it was only
Dead
a moment
on the
that
sidewalk.
she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, crazy. Is that it? I was gonna start another one. Oh, back in this office. Okay. I think I know
All of his
what I should do
co-workers
this
were
run.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna follow him, and then I'm gonna press yes, like the off and on button at the mind control.
When
and
Stanley
press
came
on.
to a set of two open doors,
Very interested in
he
what that
entered the
happens.
door on his left.
Okay.
Yet
back
there
in
was
this
not a
room.
single
I'm
person
pressing
here
this button.
either.
Hire
Feeling
someone
a
to
wave of
synergize papers.
disbelief, Stanley
So
decided to
fire
go up
paper
to his
guy.
boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing. What? Is this what a real 9 to 5 office job is like? Monetize, free to play. Oh, free to play game. Okay.
Coming
go
to
upstairs.
a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I did. Alright.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
so the
life.
buttons actually do matter.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings,
I did.
desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk.
What was the
What
code?
could its purpose be?
Just tell me the code!
In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
that is what happened.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by
Really?
sheer luck.
Wow, I'm amazing. Yeah,
He
I know.
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Thank you. Alright. I was scared of that last time because it looked like it was just a deep, dark hole. Loading screen, man. I love it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, I'm just gonna go do this again. I'm trying to figure out who the narrator is. Is he just a game developer and where the character?
The
Not
lights
character, but
rose
the
on
player.
an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible
I'll try to see if I
secret
can
did
catch
this
anything
place
else, 'cause
hold?
I know there's Easter
Stanley
eggs.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, I have to light them now up now. It's turn to on, doesn't it? Yeah.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
Fired,
their true nature
fired.
revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals
Why is
reduced to
bar
images
charts
on a
over there?
screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What does that say? That looks weird. Alright, it says the file in that one. I can't tell what that says.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yeah. I think that is what happened. to be honest.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking,
Facility
eating,
power, just notice
working,
that. Why is not
all
power
of it
facility?
monitored and commanded
Facility
from this
power.
very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again
Alright.
exert its terrible power
No,
over
I
another
disagree.
human life.
I'm gonna press
For
on and see what
he
happens.
would dismantle. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that
Wait,
what
what's
you
happened?
wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort.
Is it just
I
gonna
really
send me
do.
back to the
But
desk?
you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that.
Wait, what?
I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and
I
I
really
believe
don't like
you'll
it.
find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation
Okay.
system.
What?
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
where would I...
nuclear detonators are said to explode,
Nuclear?
eliminating the entire complex.
What?
How long until detonation then? Let's say,
I
2
don't...
minutes.
What?
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Wait,
it's
what?
your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
What?
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to
I
enjoy
really
it.
don't like him.
Mere
Can I please open the
moments
door?
until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Oh, I saw buttons.
More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's
Wait, you
that?
have to press all the buttons.
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Yes.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
What?
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp.
I have to press it in
I
order.
have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
You're evil.
You know what? To hell with it.
No,
I'm going
what?
to put some extra time on the
Okay.
clock. Why
Ah,
not?
I mean,
These
no.
are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that
What is that
something
supposed
in
to
this
do?
room was capable of turning it
Wait,
off?
what's that?
mean,
Okay, I did
look
it.
at you, running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These
Oh
number
my
buttons,
God.
no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
What is this supposed to
Why do you
do?
think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place
What? No. Oh,
is? Stanley,
it tells you which one to press.
you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that
pressed
you're
3.
powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look
Goodbye.
at the clock,
What?
Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will
Oh
be
my
laughing
God.
at every second of your inevitable life.
What's going on?
Fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Oh. That was actually stressful. What? Oh, okay. Well,
All of his
to be honest.
co-workers were gone.
Alright, shut
What
up.
could
Wait,
it
I'm
mean?
not. I'm talking!
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I'm
Perhaps he had simply
talking!
missed a memo.
Thank you. Anyways, I think that's all I have time for today.
No
to be
matter
honest.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Are you gonna let me talk? Since, I don't know, I'm busy today. I've got a lot of stuff to do. But, if you liked it, just obviously give it a like. And I'll do a part 2, try to finish all the endings.